Hello everyone, welcome to today's session on restrict download and print option for documents in Sharepoint Online. My name is Abhishek Kumar, and before we proceed, we just gonna wait for a few seconds so that other attendees could join. Thank you. So welcome once again to our today's session. So let's proceed and check the agenda for today's session. So first, we're gonna talk about unique permissions. Then how to create a view only group for a subsite or site, and then adding members to it. Then we'll show how the download has been how option will get disabled, and activating rights management from O365 admin center, information rights management IRM settings for SharePoint online document library, show how to print options has been disabled. So let's go to our SharePoint site now. So this is a site which we have created. It's called department. So we're gonna see all these things, try all these things with the department website now, department site, and let's proceed further. So before we proceed, we're just gonna give a brief discussion about SharePoint Online. So what is SharePoint Online? So SharePoint Online is a part of Office 365 suite. All you really need to get started is sign up for an account. It is an important tool for an Office 365 internet. So the SharePoint Online can be used as a small business company intranet, which can be used for document management and then document collaboration with colleagues, partners, and customers from anywhere, any device. So this is SharePoint Online, and after you have created SharePoint Online sites for document management, you may also want to provide some restrictions to users, or some secure. You want to add some security features, or you want to restrict your users from downloading or synchronizing the document libraries of SharePoint Online. Then maybe you want to disable, as per your require organization requirements. You may need certain kind of security features or IAM settings like that. So proceed. So yeah, before we proceed with our today's session, I just gonna wanna give you a brief summary of what we have done in our previous webinar. Previous webinar topic was creating a small business company internet. So in that webinar, we have already seen how to create different subsites, and subsite. So in our case, the subsites were like departments, like marketing department, projects and support department. Then we have seen how to edit the title, how to assign, upload a logo, or how to change a theme. Then how we can add different type of apps like calendar, picture library, announcement, photos. That's and then for all these sites, we had a common navigation. So how to create that common navigation, and then what all the permissions we have set on particular subsites. Uh, so let's start with today's session. So this is a department subset which I've created, and we're gonna see how. So first option, the first thing is we're gonna stop inheriting permissions from parent side. So this is a site which I've created. So generally, whenever you create a site, you get an option over there. So if you do you want to inherit permissions for you from the parent side, or do you want to assign a unique permissions for this particular site? So as of now, while creating this site, I have just selected that options to inherit the permission from the parent side. But to assign some specific permissions to specific sites, you must need sometimes you must stop inheriting permissions from your parent site, and you need to assign the unique permissions. So as because it may happen that suppose if I created different subsites like projects, departments, so maybe in the department projects, department subsite we have different people, and in projects different users, and in projects subsite we have different users. So if it inherit it, so if the subsites will inherit permissions from the parent side, all the permissions which has been granted to the parent site all will be inherited over here to this subsite as well. So first of all, we are going to stop inheriting permission from the parent side. So for that, we need to go to site setting and then site permissions. When you go to site permissions, on the left and top, you can see a option of stop inheriting permissions. This one. So we're now going to click on this. Okay, and then you'll get options to create setup groups for this particular subsite. So the subsite name is obviously department, so I'll be calling department. So you'll be getting a option to create groups for this subsite. So these groups will be separate from your parent site. Like your parent site must have some other groups, and as you're assigning a unique permissions to this subsite, so you'll be getting to create a new group. So initially you're able to see three groups over here, like visitors of this site, members of the site, and owners of the site. So I'll just click on OK, and three groups will be created over here. And as I'm creating this groups as an admin, so my name is obviously coming over in all the three groups. So I'll just go to site settings once again, and after going to site settings again, site permission, and in site permissions you can see those three groups over here. And we may or may not want these groups over here. So if you want, you can just remove these users permissions from here, so that only three groups will be left over here. So department members, owners, and visitors. After creating, after these, so you can see over here, this website has unique permissions. So again, if you want to delete these unique permissions, you need to click over here. So, and then again, it will inherit the permissions from the parent side. So our motive is over here is to create a owners, members, and visitors group, and then again a view only group as well. So these three groups are already created. We're gonna create one more group and name it as a department view only group. So these are the some settings you can configure according to your requirements. Then there's a main part over here, like assigning the permission level to this group. What permission level you want for this group? So as I've created a view only group, I'll just select this permission level and just create it. A department view only group will be created over here. So the skin motive is also done. Like we have seen how to create these four groups after assigning unique permissions to a subsite to a site. So over here, I'll just delete as I've created this group. My name is reflecting over here as an admin. I'll just delete this. Okay. So again, we'll move to site settings and site permissions. So now four groups is created. You'll be able to see, yeah. So four groups has been created. Now the next thing after adding users in view, okay, so we need to add those users for whom you want to restrict the access of downloading and synchronizing options for document library. So what we're going to do is, so we have created this view only group so that the users to whom like you want to restrict if you want to restrict some users from downloading and synchronizing the document library or documents, for those users we have created this view only group, and once those users to whom you want to restrict these permissions, once those users has been added to this particular group, they will not be able to download and sync the document library to their system. So we're gonna see this. So I'll just to showcase this, I'll just add one user over here in the view only group, so that he'll be having only a view only option available. He will not be able to download the documents, or he'll not be able to sync the document library to his system. So yeah, so I have added this particular user. So now uh, I'll go to home. So now I've added a particular user in this view only group. So what will happen is only that particular specific user who has been added to view only group will not be able to download or sync the document library. So as you can see over here, if I go to, so this is a admin admin login. So I'll just go to documents to show you how this looks like. So if I select any document in yeah, so if I select any document, you can see this download option, right? By so by clicking on download, you can just download this file to your system. And also there's a sync option available by means of which you can synchronize this particular document library to your local system. So if you don't want, so that's what I was like to show you, that if I create a view only group, and if I add a particular if I add specific user for whom you want to restrict these actions, what will happen to that user, what we will able to see, or and what not. So I'll just uh, log in. Yeah, so I've already logged in with that particular user whom we have added to view only group. I'll just go to the SharePoint, that department subsite. So now we'll see what are the options available for this particular user. So go to documents. Okay. So now first you'll be seeing that sync option will not be available over here. Sorry. Sorry. So okay, it's loading. Yeah. So sorry. So you're able to see now the sync option is not available over here. So which means that when a user has been added to view only group, the sync option will not be available for synchronizing this document library to the system. So sync option is disabled. Now I'll just select this document, and you can see the download option has also been disabled from here. So the user who has been added to view only group will not be able to download the documents as well. Now, yes, of course, the share option is available, but we can configure these sharing options as per your organization requirements, or you can configure this sharing option through SharePoint Admin Center, SharePoint Online Admin Center. So we can also block this share option from here, or we can have specific, we have some options of sharing in the SharePoint Online Admin Center, so we can manage these sharing options from there. But our main thing was to disable this download and sync options. So you have already seen that after creating a view only group and after adding this users to view only group, the download and the sync option will not be available for those users. So now let's move map. Okay, yeah. So you have seen that download and sync options for a document library will be disabled when that user is been added to view only group. So this is it, how to disable the option of download for a document, or disable the option of synchronization of a document library. Now we're going to move to our next part, which is the print option. So we also want to disable the print option of the documents for users. So for that, first of all, we need to activate rights management from Office 365 Admin Center. And for doing so, we'll go to Office 365 or Admin Center, yes, of course, which is all now. Which is also called Microsoft 365 Admin Center. So we'll go to Services and Add-ins, and from there, for activating rights management, we need to go to Microsoft Azure Information Protection. Then click on this option link over here, and you can see over here, as of now, my rights management is activated already. So you'll be seeing a tick over here, and the rights management is activated. So for those, like if the organization rights management has not been activated yet, they can activate by going to this particular link. And so of course, in my case, it's activated right now. So I'll just go back. And one more thing to mention, and it's a main important thing, that user like the administrator must have assigned with E3 license to get this option of Microsoft Azure Information Protection. So an Office 365 Enterprise E3 license is must for getting this option in services and add-in. So now activating rights management. So rights management is already activated. Now we are going to configure IRM settings for SharePoint Online document library. So again, we'll move to SharePoint Online document library. So this is the document library, and then we're gonna go to library settings. In library settings, you'll be getting an option of let's just open it. Yeah, so you'll be getting an option of information rights management. Sometimes this option of information rights management is not available within library settings. So if you have E3 license and you have activated rights management, you must get this option for your document library. But again, then if you're not getting this option, for that, again, you have to go to Microsoft 365 Admin Center, go to SharePoint Online Admin Center, and from there, you need to go to settings. Is the settings option, and over here we'll scroll down, and we can see of an option of information rights management. So here, if by default it is it's maybe clicked on this option, do not use IRM for this tenant. So that's why you were not able to see the IRM option in the SharePoint Online document library settings. So you need to click on use the IRM service specified in your configuration, and then refresh IRM settings, and after that you need to click on OK. And in some time you may be able to see the IRM option appearing over here. So now IRM settings for SPO document library. So we go to information rights management. You need to click on this one, and you need to give a specific name to this permission policy. So I'll just provide a random name as print disabled. Yeah, and then again print, add a permission policy description. You need to describe it over here, but I'm just entering. Okay, the print option is disabled for this document library. Now show options. So you may, if you want to configure some, you can check these options over here. If you want to, main thing, we are basically concentrating on disabling the print option. So I'm not going in details with these features available over here, but you can obviously go through this, and you can see allow viewers to print. So if you tick on this one, you may be not, you may not be able to restrict the users from printing, but you need to select it as it is over here. You just have to take this one and give the name and description over here and just click on OK. It may take some time to for these changes to come in effect, but once it's done, I'll just show you. Okay, it's taking time. Yeah, so we just re-verify again. So whenever you will configure this setting, and whenever this you'll restrict permissions, will select this and provide a name and policy. According to this configuration, according to this, if you provide this permissions to the whole document library, nobody will be able to what do you say? Nobody will be able to print the documents from this particular document library. So this settings is available in all the library settings. Like if you want, if there are more such as projects and learning over here. So we need to go to each of the library settings, document library, and then library settings, and we need to click on information rights management, and we need to configure this setting. So for each document library, if you want to print disable the print option for the documents, you need to go to each library settings and do it. So we have done it for this department, and then this document library we have done for this. So now we'll just check whether it's working or not. So again, I have already logged in with this user. So I'll just select this document, and we'll see whether the print options want disabled or not. Yeah, so you're seeing able to see this policy name over here, print disabled, and the description. The print option is disabled for this document Sharepoint Online document library, and you will, of course, the sharing option will be available. But I've already mentioned that you can configure the sharing settings from the Office 365 Admin Center. Sorry, Sharepoint Online Admin Center as per your requirements. But as you can see over here, the print option is disabled. Yeah, but yeah, of course, I need to show you. What if I disable this uh, policy and will enable the print option? So I'll just go again to my admin center. This one, okay. So this is how it works. This is how we can uh, disable the download and sync features for specific users, and also we can disable the print option for the documents. For any document SharePoint Online document library. Okay. Okay. Yes. Just a second. Okay. It's taking a time. Just a second. Yeah. So again, we'll go to the document library first. So I just wanted to show you that if I'll not disable print, how the documents, like where the print option is available in the document. So Just go to library settings again. So if I don't want to disable the print option again for this particular document library, I just go again to the information rights management and untick this and click on OK. Now again I'll check over here. So you can see over here the print option is available now for this user for this particular document library. The print option is available. So now again, like again, if you want to just just wanted to show you the option of print when this policy is not configured. Then again, print disabled. So now again, I'll just try to open this document and check whether the print option is disabled after configuring that item settings. So now again you can see, yeah. So now again you can see the print option is disabled. So yeah, so this is how it works. This is how we can if for we can restrict users if you want you can restrict your specific users in your organization from downloading the contents of the Sharepoint Online document library, or if you want to disable the synchronization of option for the Sharepoint Online document library, you just need to add those users in the view only group which you have created. And this was the first part, and the next part is to disable the print option for any SharePoint Online document library. You just need to have activated the rights management, and for that you need to have an Office 365 E3 license assigned to your administrator. Then you need to go to SharePoint Online document library for which you want to disable the print option, and in that document library you need to go to library settings and then information rights management, and then you have to configure the policy over there. That's it. So this is how we can do this. I was just like so I was just uh, okay, yeah. So this is how we can do the same thing. And yeah, so that was it from today's session. And we have seen how to disable the download option, disable the sync option, disable the print option, and that was it from today's session. And of course, if you have any query regarding this session, if you want to clarify things, you can email us on info@cloudfronts.com, and also you can comment on that comment button which is like provided to you. We can just put a comment or put your questions in it, so that we can check your questions and come back to you. This is the CloudFront's Office 365 managed services. So if you have any query regarding Office 365, you can of course visit our page, www.cloudfronts.com/office365 migration. And you can, yes, of course, you can connect with us on LinkedIn, Twitter. You can see our webinar recordings through YouTube channel as well. And you have any queries, please mail us to info@cloudfronts.com. That's it from today's session. Thank you so much for attending this session. Thank you.